Daggers are weapons that give huge stealth bonuses, but don't do a lot of damage on their own. However, there are special daggers in the game, so that gave me an idea. Can you beat Skyrim, Legendary Survival Difficulty, with only daggers? For this challenge, I'm only allowed to use daggers to do damage, and that's pretty much it. Pretty simple. Now, let's get to the run. Make myself an orc for the Berserker Rage, and usually when I do a melee build, I make a man, so for once I decided to be a woman, and I picked Dag for dagger. Not the most creative name, but it's something. And then Alduin saves me for getting my head chopped off, just like normal, and he begins to scream and destroy the whole damn town. As then I follow Hagvar, my boy, to get out of here. Now, I don't really have a dagger yet, so I do this thing called running past the tutorial, where I simply just run past all the enemies because there's no way I could fight them. There's probably a dagger in the tutorial somewhere, but I didn't feel like looking for it, so I just ran past everything. The enemies there did try to kill me, and I did get low stamina and things like that, but luckily, even on the hardest difficulty, these are just tutorial level foes, so they didn't pose much problem. I was able just to run past them. As then it asks me if I want to turn on survival, and of course I say yes. As then I go to the stones, and pick the feast stone to level up my stealth, because I want to get max stealth early on. As then I go over to the city of Whiterun and do this exploit where you walk into a wall repeatedly so you can max out your stealth, because with stealth you can do massive damage bonuses with daggers, and we're going to need every single damage bonus that we can possibly get with these little toothpicks of weapons. As eventually I was able to do it and get Assassin's Blade, which is what I needed, and then I stole a Dwarven Dagger by looting the secret chest under Whiterun. As then I went and bought a horse and just started beating the crap out of it to level up my one-hand skills. Hey, don't get mad about beating up an animal. It's just a video game, guys. Calm down now. Calm down. And then I was able to push through my one-hand attacks to make them do way more damage, which is nice. As then I started a fishing quest, which might sound random, but there's this quest in the game where you go around and catch fish, and the reward is the best dagger in the game. And since our challenge is daggers, well, I kind of need to do that. Sometimes the fish would get away, but it's really simple. You just got to wait until they start pulling down on the fishing rod. Then you pull up and get the fish. And there was lots and lots of fish on this one. This took me like 3 days to do. I'm not joking. The RNG on this was really annoying. As then after collecting fish, I went and got another contract, and then I went and collected more fish. Kind of like a, cycle here. As this guy would not give me the dagger. Every time I completed the quest, I'm like, please give me that dagger. And he's like, well, go out and go fishing for me. And eventually, he wouldn't even let me go fishing for him. I got to complete other random fishing quests. I then got jumped by bandits as I went fishing, so I had to try to kill them. I hit him with a stealth attack. He turned around and just murdered me. So, yeah, not fun. Next time, I end up using Orc Rage and a Stealth Attack Fury, a double-handed attack, and I killed him. The Berserker Rage is definitely the best perk in the game for any melee build ever, stealth or double-handed. If you're doing any type of melee build, I highly suggest you use the Orc Rage, because it literally saved me in this run. Even though I was doing a stealth build, the Orc Rage saved me. Without that, I don't think this run would have been possible, or it would have been 10 times harder. So I am very grateful to the Orc and their Berserker Rage. As then I go around to start stealth attacking them. Sometimes when I do the double attack, it gives up my stealth, but it don't matter. As then I read a book saying how they're going to kill me and take all my stuff. Apparently fish is valuable. I didn't know there was damn fishing bandits. As then I was ordered to kill a bunch of crabs, and I do barely any damage to them because they're Arctic crabs. Apparently those crabs are the strongest for some reason. I don't know. I didn't make the game. Okay, I don't know why. I tried just going out, chopping them up into bits, but it doesn't work out well, as these crabs just murdered me. And then I get the bright idea to lead them into a town and let the guards do all the work, which actually works out pretty good. Which is funny, because the fish contract was kill the crabs so I don't go into town, and I lead them in town to kill them all. But in my defense, who sends a fisherman to fight giant crabs of death? Come on now, that's just dumb on their part. As then I go back and tell them that I completed the quest. As then he gives me another fishing quest. But this one is the Arctic one, which are pretty hard to find. After doing the Arctic one, I then went into the legendary one, where there's only fish on like certain locations. And I googled every single one of these. Like, if I didn't, that would take forever. I think I'm sure there's other ways to figure it out, but it's just really annoying and painful. It's just better to Google it. Don't judge me. As then, I get the best dagger in the game, and it even has an enchantment to it. Now I'm ready to start the main quest. As I go to Whiterun and talk to the Jarl about the dragon. As then he sends me to a wizard, who then sends me to do his dirty work for him. And I'm forced to get stuff for him. And then I use stealth attacks on these bandits. One bandit finds me out, but I'm able just to slaughter her. Look at that enchantment. Oh yeah, now that's beautiful. As then I'm able to use stealth attacks on a giant spider to kill it, which is pretty nice. I then go down and use stealth attacks on I'm pretty sure I said stealth attacks 15 times, but it's my video. I do what I want on the dragger. Now, my plan was to get a stealth attack on this guy immediately and use Orc Rage, but it didn't stealth. While he was getting up, he saw me immediately, and then he just murdered me. So I need to do something better than that. My plan is just to run around, get stealth attacks, and then run away. But a lot of time, he would see me right before I swing somehow, and it pissed me off. I don't know. I think it's because I did the heavy swing. If you do the heavy swing, it like messes up your stealth, which I didn't really know. And some opponents like have worse detection than others. But eventually, I was able to just spam stealth attacks until I could kill the Dragger Lord. Very nice. After his death, I go back and tell him that I did a good job and return the item. After that, I was sent to fight a dragon. But I didn't fight him. I hid. You see, I have daggers and I can't fly, so I would hide, wait for him to land, then come up and stab him right when he was almost dead from the guards doing most of the work. Even though the guards did most of the work, I wanted to get the final kill so I could say I actually did something. As then I talk to the Jarl and tell him that I'm the Dragonborn, and he tells me I need to meet the Greybeards. But before that, I decided to get involved in the Civil War quest line, as I meet with the General. As then I meet with the Legate, and she tells me I need to clear out a fort of bandits. Which can't be too hard, right? Just easy stealth attacks. But, yeah, it was quite hard. My first stealth attacks didn't really work. Even with this dagger, I was not strong enough to just severely damage them or kill them with one stealth attack. This is before I learned the technique of the double tap. Because when I do one stealth attack here, I assume the stealth attack's over. I need to kill them in one hit. But later, I learned that I'm wrong, and I could just spam stealth attacks. But I decided to use my Berserker Rage with the stealth attacks for the one-hit kill. And then I killed a woman so hard that she fell through the ground. As then I walked behind each of them and hit them in the back with my Berserker Rage. Like I said before, this is definitely the best perk for any melee build in the entire game. As then I go out and wait 24 hours. I will get hungry and cold, but that's okay. So I can get that Berserker Rage again. As then, with the Chieftain, I learned that you can actually do multiple stealth attacks before they know where you are. I always just assume one and done, but nope. If you are fast enough, you can hit them multiple times, which is what I would try to do. Sometimes I mess up and I get killed, but overall, the double tap strategy is what I call it, is doing pretty well. As I'm able to clear out the fort, I meet with General Tullius, and he tells me, good job, he wants me to help with a better mission. As I meet up with Hagvar, we're supposed to go into these ruins and get the crown, as Ulfric wants this ancient crown to try to prove that he's the rightful ruler of Skyrim, which is dumb. So we're gonna go and take it before he can get it. I bet there's like some fanboys being like, don't disrespect the crown like that. The crown is beautiful. As then I go forward and just, slaughter the Stormcloaks by doing these stealth attacks, doing 15 times damage each time, cutting their throats, which is very nice. I then tried the same thing with Berserker Raids, thinking that maybe I could kill the Dragger Deathlord, but nope, these guys are pretty beefy. Luckily, as I killed one by myself, but now I have an entire team to jump them, so this time it's actually not that hard, and I can just kill him while everyone else is wailing on him. Stomp him in the nuts. Stomp him in the nuts. I then meet with General Tullius and give him the crown. As he tells me good job, I then meet with the Jarl of Whiterun to talk about Ulfric attacking his town. But he doesn't believe me, so I have to go to Ulfric and ask if he's sure. And he says, here, bring him this axe. It's me and I'm going to go kill him. So I'm like, okay. So I grab the axe, bring it to him. And then Ulfric and his boys attack, which I am forced to defend. Now, I can't really use stealth here in big battles because there's a bunch of people around me, so it's kind of impossible to hide. Because even if my allies see me, it's counted as me not being hidden. So yeah, that's kind of a big problem. But luckily, the Imperial soldiers do most of the work for me, so it wasn't too difficult. As then I was sent to kill off a spy and collect valuable information and give it to the Stormcloaks after we alter it, of course, to mess them up a little. As then I go to the Stormcloaks and give him the information altered so we can mess them up. As then I am tasked with taking a fort. A lot of the Civil War questline are simply forts, which I don't really hate. They're good and an easy excuse to level up my one-handed skill without me using animal abuse, so that's always nice. But it does get a bit stale sometimes. I do get some cool cinematics though, which is good enough, I suppose. I also sneak in and kill the guards inside, because when inside the fort, I'm alone, and there's not a huge battle going on, so it's easier for me to sneak up on people. I then meet with General Tullius after taking the fort, and he sends me to get an incriminated letter and blackmail Jarl so we can learn information. And that's exactly what I do, as she tells me where a big shipment of their weapons are. So me and Hagvar go there, and we're about to jump them and steal the weapons. I tell Hagvar to wait there so I can just stealth attack them all. But it works for a while, but then he decides to send his army in, even though I do not need him in there whatsoever. But, you know, it's fine. I'm able to attack them from behind as they're focused on his main forces, as then he takes his leave. After that, I am sent to take out, you guessed it, another fort. But this time, it was unique, because I had to free prisoners here for them to attack them, which I guess is different. After that, we then go out and we fight all the Stormcloaks. After clearing out more and more forts, eventually I do enough so we can attack Ulfric's main home. And I skip past some forts because it was just me killing Stormcloaks. I was running out of commentary for it. All right, what do you want me to say? Oh, I stabbed the guy again for the billionth time. As eventually I just rush into his home, and then me and General Tullius do work on him and his cop commander. Because now it's time to kill Ulfric. Freedom for the Argonians! As Ulfric stands there, I try to kill him, but it won't let me because I have to do dialogue first. And I agree to kill him, and then bam, he is dead as he lunges over the table like that. Pretty funny. As then I go and finally meet with the Greybeards. They're probably annoyed that I took months to meet them here, but they don't complain. They're nice people. As then I use shouts to launch ghost figure things across the room, and then use a shout to move a lot faster. As then they are convinced that I am the Dragonborn. After that, I go down, and they send me to collect something for them, because everyone wants me to do something. As then I get trapped by this dumb puzzle. Seriously, it takes me way too long to figure it out. Even though I've done this a million times, I always get stuck by this one. I don't know what it is. Eventually, though, I learned to just run through some of them and just do the hee and fly thing, the whirlwind sprint, halfway in. As then, I'm forced to kill these giant spiders, which you think giant spiders would be extremely powerful, but I guess not. As then I find a note saying that Dolphine took what I needed. As I go and meet up with Dolphine, she explains that she's part of the Blades, an ancient organization made to hunt dragons and protect the Dragonborn. As she wants me to prove that I'm a Dragonborn, I then go and fight and kill a dragon by using tons of potions to heal myself mid-fight. As then she's convinced, she wants to send me to a party. But this party is not for fun. No. This party is for me to get information on what the Thalmor are hiding, because she believes the Thalmor are summoning the dragons again. Spoiler, they're not, but we'll get to that later. As then I go to the party, have a conversation, and get saved by the bartender. As then There's two ways to do it. Get this guy to get handsy with the ladies, or get this drunk guy to make a commotion by giving him free drinks. So I give him another drink past his limit, and he does it for me. As then I pick up all my armor and weapons that I gave off to have here, and then I just sneak past all the guards. I tried to. There's a guy at the door, so it's impossible to sneak by him, but that's alright. As then I use my Berserker Rage to kill some elves. Damn it, Berserker Rage saved me again. Thank you, Berserker Rage, thank you. As then I just murder all the elves up here. I then go down and use some sneak attacks in the dungeon to collect some information. As then I find a journal, as I find out that Esben is alive and they're hunting Esben. Esben is a member of the Blades and a wizard. As then use the bartender as a distraction while I hit these elves in the back to kill them repeatedly. It takes a long while since they see me, but eventually I am able to kill them. As then I go meet up with Dolphine, as Dolphine tells me to go meet up with Esben, as Esben is hidden in the rat ways of Riften. So I simply go into Riften, but for some reason there's a bunch of people living in the rat ways who attack you, don't know what their problem is, so I have to just sneak attack and kill them all. As I'm able to sneak attack these guys one by one and kill them, I meet a guy with fist who simply just punches me to death. Yep, he's able to punch through me and kill me with his fists. Kind of humiliating, but eventually I'm able to get a stealth kill and slit him by the throat. As then I meet up with Esben, and Esben tells me that we need to hurry because the Thalmor are on his tail. As then as soon as he says that, like magic, the Thalmor show up. As then I begin to go out and slaughter them. As I get seen, but luckily Esben is my old shield, as I use him as a shield to take up all the damage, as then I just stab the wizard in the back 1,000,000 times. He takes a long time to die. I can tell that I'm in late game right now. As then killing him, I can go and talk to Esben, and Esben tells me good job, and that now we need to go clear out a temple to find an answer to defeat Alduin, which is what I do. As then we learn that the Greybeards know the shout, which means I could have asked them the whole time, and this whole temple clearing is technically useless. So I go and ask them, and then they send me to Parthenax, which he should know, which I have to learn to clear skies so I can clear a bunch of fog so I can go up and meet Parthenax. As Parthenax sits at the top of the mountain, as then Parthenax ends up being a dragon, as then he talks to me and tells me that, well, I have to go and get a scroll. I talk to one person, talk to another person, talk to another person, to go talk to another person. Yep, Skyrim is definitely something, alright. Not hating on it, though. I do love Skyrim. I may make jokes about it and complain, but that's only because I love the game. As then a dragon shows up right as I get to the town, and I try to do something to pass the test to get into College of Winterhold, but I can't do that because there's a dragon behind me, and it kills me. So I end up using a plate to glitch through the college. You're not supposed to do this, but I am not going to kill a dragon with daggers, because this dragon will not land, and it just keeps shooting fire at me and killing me. So I'm sorry, but I have to do what I got to do. As you're able to use a plate to glitch through the door, which you can use to glitch through any door, by the way. I use that to get into the college, as then I talk to the college professor. As then he goes and gets some books on anything he can find about the Elder Scrolls. As now I have to go and clear out a dungeon simply to get a scroll. As then I go out and simply destroy the machines coming up to try to attack me. As then I even get a sneak attack on these frost troll stalker things, which are pretty annoying. Like, these things are hard to kill, so anytime I can kill them, that's a win. As then I get the scroll. I skip past most of it because I've done this 1,000,000 times. There's just not much I have to say about it. As then I go and kill Gretel the Kind, as that's what I do. Now, you might be asking why? Well, it's so I can start the Dark Brotherhood quest. I don't want to complete their quest line, but there's a guy there who has the best light armor train in the game that goes all the way up to 90. And since I've been doing stealth attacks, I have been getting hit a lot. So I need to level up my light armor because I'm about to fight Alduin. As then I get drugged and wake up and forced to kill people to join the Dark Brotherhood, which I do, as now I meet the Light Armor Master, as I tell him to train me. I steal a bunch of money from the secret chest to go to buy it, as then I use Muffled spell over and over and over again to help level me up. And I even put a bed outside so I can sleep to save. As that's what I do, as I keep doing it to level myself up over and over and over again. To try to get enough to get all the light armor levels that I need. And eventually I do it, with me being 5 out of 5 light armor protection. As then, I go and level up my alteration, because I need it to put into magic resistance, in which you can do by shooting lights at the top of this mountain, which is what I do. As then, I was high level enough to get the best light armor in the game. So I go and meet on the docks and go off to Raven Rock. Now, there's not really much to do here. I mean, there is a whole DLC and stuff, but I'm not interested in any of that. I just want this armor, and then I want to get out. So that's what I do. I read a book, which directs me to some treasure, which is guarded by bandits, but I'm able to kill the leader with that sweet double tap. Ooh, triple tap. He was pretty tough. As then I read the map and go out throughout my adventures. As I go and open the chest and find a helmet. As now I have to go to chest to chest to chest across the entire island and get different pieces of armor. As one by one I collect all the pieces of armor, as I am going to need these to fight Alduin. I'm going all out, because this is the final battle. Well, it's not the final battle, but it's the hardest fight, because the Alduin fight after this one isn't really that tough. As then I go get the Mage Stone, which will absorb magic when people attack me, because dragons use magic with their attacks. As now, I think I'm ready, as I read the Dragon Scroll. As then, I have a flashback to how they use the shout to defeat Alduin. All this to learn a simple shout, how to go to a person, to a person, to a person, to collect a scroll, back to a dragon. Pretty interesting. As then I try to use Orc Raids to try to do as much damage to Alduin as possible, which it works pretty well, until it doesn't. As I'm slashing, dicing, and hacking, he eventually just flaps his wings and kills me. I use hit and run tactics. I hit him, then I fall back to the mountains and use my heal spell to heal myself, which is what you're supposed to do in this situation. Like, I've never beat the game on legendary difficulty without having to use hit and run tactics on Alduin. Fighting him outright is just impossible. I bet there's someone in the comments like, I fight him outright all the time. I'm the legendary Skyrim player. I destroy him all the time. As then I have to use hit and run tactics over and over and over until I'm finally able to kill Alduin. As this took me about an hour, which sounds like a long time, which it is, but usually takes me much longer. As then I go and meet the Jar of Whiterun and tell them that, well, I need to trap a dragon in his palace. He calls me high, but I am able to convince him. As then I have to learn a shout to call in a dragon, which I do. As I learn the shout, I call the dragon in and trap him. After trapping the dragon, I then go off to Southern as they have a portal to the afterlife there, so I need to go to afterlife to stop Alduin from eating the world. But before I could do that, I have to go and clear out this dungeon. Now, for this dungeon, it's not that hard. I found these gloves that do double the amount of sneak attack damage for one-armed attacks, and I already do 18 times the amount, so it like doubles 18 and goes to 30 times the damage for every sneak attack with a dagger, which is a lot. These dagger lords that used to like just prey on me, I'm able to take down in 3 hits, 3 sneak attacks, which is really good, but at the same time, you know, that's like 3 30-time damage attacks, so pretty insane that they survive all that. I then almost die, but I'm able to make it to the portal as I jump on in. After jumping into the portal, I then go to Southern Guard. I'm able to use sneak attacks to prove myself in a battle. After prove myself and telling that man to put on a shirt, I then use my clear sky shouts to clear the sky with all the other Dragonborns, as we have to clear out all the fog so we can fight Alduin. As I'm able to stab onto Alduin over and over and over again, as me and the rest of everyone else just jump him. I use spam Dragon Ground to keep him down, so I'm able to eventually kill him, proving that yes, you can beat Skyrim Legendary Survival Difficulty with only, just kidding, I died. I got you going there for a second, didn't I? This time for real though, I do end up killing him. So yeah, this challenge was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any other challenge ideas in the comments below. The dagger run was definitely hard in the beginning, almost impossible. At the beginning, I was just using the rage to get me by, but once I got the right skills, it became a lot easier. Peace out.